The shiur is dedicated to Zecher Nishmas Rachel Leah Basav Chaim Tzvi. We are going to begin a series of Perokim towards the end of Sefer Yirmiyahu, and here we have Perokim that are directed to the Umos Ha'olam, directed to the nations of the world. This year we'll be studying Perek Mem Zayin. If you recall, the last year we focused on Perek Mem Vav. Perek Mem Vav began with Pasuk Aleph and Beis, Asher Hoya Dvar Hashem El Yirmiyahu Hanavi Al HaGoyim, a general statement, and now we're going to be focused on specific nations. Perek Mem Vav was directed to Mitzrayim. Pasuk Beis read, Mitzrayim Al Chel Paro Necho Melech Mitzrayim Paro Necho Asher Hoya Al Nahar Pros Bechar Kemish Asher Hikod Avuchad Retza Melech Bava B'Shnas Revi'is Li'Yakim Ben Yoshua Melech Yehuda. And last year we described the Gaiva of Mitzrayim as we have seen and as we see on an ongoing basis in the context of the description of their weaponry in Psukim Gimel and Dalid and Hey. But ultimately they retreated, and ultimately we have a two-pronged, or if you will, a dual kind of attack, one on Mitzrayim outside and one on Mitzrayim on their homeland itself, and ultimately Mitzrayim is terribly jarred. And that parak we mentioned, Mem Vav, is divided into two. We have the first 12 Sukkim is section 1, and starting from Pasuk Gimel we indicated section 2. Now Perek Mem Zayin, which is the next parak, is going to deal with the Pelishtim. So we'll read the parak just to get an overall sense, a very short perek here in Yirmiyahu Hanavi, and then as you can see subsequently, the Perokim that follow, Memches, deals with other nations, the nation of Moab, v'chulu v'chulu. A similar kind of phenomenon we find as well in Yeshayahu, and there are distinctions between the two approaches of the Rabbi Yirmiyahu and the Rabbi Yeshayahu. Let's here read the Psukim in Perek Mem Zayin that focus on the Pelishtim. Asher Hoya Dvar Hashem El Yirmiyahu Hanavi El Pelishtim B'terem Yakeh Paro Es Aza. The simple pshat, as the pasuk seems to indicate, Hashem was menabe to Yirmiyahu Hanavi concerning the Pelishtim before Paro went ahead and struck Aza. Right away, Rashi has the following comment. When Nebuchadnezzar placed a siege against Yerushalayim in the 10th year of Tzidkiyahu HaMelech, Yotzachel Paro mi Mitzrayim, Pharaoh's army came forth from Egypt. And Rashi continues and writes, Vayalu HaKazdim miyad Yerushalayim. And the Kazdim at that point left Yerushalayim. Shama Paro, when Paro heard, Shotaf es Aza v'shav la'aretz. So he invaded Aza, Gaza, and he returned to his land. The Radak understands the Psukim. Nisnabe Yirmiyahu, says the Radak. What was the nature of the Nevuah that was given to Yirmiyahu? He writes, he quotes the Seder Olam, and the Seder Olam comments the following: Shiyatzachel Paro mi Mitzrayim, Hayu HaKazdim Tzar Al Yerushalayim Meshana Asiris Tzidkiyahu, Vayishmu HaKazdim Eshamam, Vayolum Al Yerushalayim. Similar to Rashi, U'Shashama Paro Shalom Al Yerushalayim Yipanav, Halach Mechela V'Shata V'Zaza V'Shav Le'Artzo, U'Bosu Azman Hayu Dvar Hashem Al Yirmiyahu She'avo Chel Kazdim V'Yaku Es Eretz Pelishtim. Means the nevuah was that after Paro would prevail over Aza, another king would come and somehow destroy the entire land. The language of the pasuk that we see over here is a reference to Paro Necho, who was the last of the kings of Egypt, who went out to capture different countries, different lands. And then the pasuk tells us in pasuk Beis the following: Kol Hashem Hine mayim olim mitzafon. Of course, whenever we have the language of tzafon, right away we know we're talking about Nebuchadnezzar, Melech Bavel, from the very beginning of Yirmiyahu. Mitzafon tipasach hara. From the north is going to come the evil. So here again we have that reference. It's going to be a stream that will flood. It's going to inundate the land. And people are going to cry, and everyone is going to be involved in the kind of wailing and the kind of lamentation. The pasuk continues. Mikol she'atas parsos abirav. They were talking about